Welcome to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
Doing the technical here, so that's why it's all a little bit. We are finding our ways around it, but we are good. We are here, so I welcome everyone here. We have many wonderful speakers on this track today, and we are gonna start now with the first one is Mikael Softland.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing well Swedish, so you can correct me and say it correctly in your own language.
Yeah, Mikael. Yeah.
Mikael, beautiful Mikael. And Mikael is an instant transformation. He will speak about instant transformation and quantum physics and consciousness. And he has wonderful, amazing things to tell us. Please mute yourselves if you're not going to speak. It would be wonderful.
Okay,
And
hello
Michael,
everyone.
we are with you, please. Whenever you can tell us a little bit about yourself if you want to.
Yeah.
And how you came to know this wonderful, amazing way to transform in an instant. I am looking forward to really hear about this. So please.
Yes, it's the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life. I've done a lot of interesting things. So I'm gifted with wonderful meetings, and I have had exciting jobs in my life. So I'm very grateful to life and everything I've been able to experience. So, but in the profession, I'm educated as an actor, as a professional actor, and I worked with all my idols. I worked when I was in my 20s, and I was handpicked by Ingmar Bergman, the famous director, to come to work on Royal Dramatic Theatre as an actor. So it's where there I met all my inspirers in acting, like Stellan Skarsgård. I worked with him, and Lena Olin, and all those. But I felt inside, this is not my place. This is not my place, because I think it's just a stepstone. And I was extremely interested in human creativity and potential all my life almost. So even when I was a kid, I felt I was going to participate and contribute to something big on Earth. I just knew it, but I didn't know what it was. So I think I was a searcher, even though I was a kid. And I love humanity. I love Earth. I love being here and all the possibilities we can create together. But we really have to become aware and remember who we really are. It's about remember, because when we have been indoctrinated to believe other things, we will go with that, and we think we are victims. We think there is a pandemic and everything is bullshit. It's not. It's others' agenda to enslave us and have us as their food and energy and batteries and so on. And that's my truth, and I know it. I know it is this. But if we rise to unity consciousness, and if we remember who we really are, and who are we? Humans, for me, have access to their soul and to their heart. And they also have ability to feel compassion. Not feel pity and sorrow, but compassion is a different thing, I think. So I have so much I want to tell you, so I'm gonna do it fast and do it. If someone's told you, you can shift reality, pains, emotions, mental things within 1 second, would you believe in them? You would. Claudia would believe. Yeah. And most people don't, because they believe in what they've been taught, because they believe everything is a process, but there is no process. And why is there no process? Everything is a choice. So when you choose, it's a choice. And the biology within your brain and so on, with neurotransmitters and so on, they adapt from your choice. And then you can see the connection, but you see it later. But if you choose, you choose. And we live in a participatory universe. Everything is entangled. There's no separation in anything. So what the old wisdom teaching taught us when we read it is that everything is connected. And we are the creator, we are co-creator to Earth, to everything. And this is today proven scientifically. And you can measure it even in laboratories, and it's proven. But we've been taught the science of nature, and that is based on 10 assumptions or dogma. And they were created in the middle of 1600. So around 1650, with the René Descartes, the French philosopher, initiating this because they wanted to separate from the Roman Catholic Church, and they were burning witches and so on. It was horrible times in Europe. And if you could heal, if you know things about herbs and could help other people, you were called a witch, and they would burn you to death. So they wanted to separate from the church, and they wanted to start doing research. But the terms from the church was, don't involve God in your science. Keep God out of it. So they did. So they took God out of creation and started to doing research. So there we are today with the science of nature. There is no meaning, there is no God, there is no intelligent designer. It's only coincidences. And everything is created from dead matter. And that's what we've been taught. And that's not true. So I wrote a document, and I'm going to stick to it. Now I was just improvising. So I think, why is unity consciousness important today? Because it's the only way out of this madness. We are entangled, and united we can see the same with the same common eyes. And it's extremely important that each human being make personal contact with the Creator within your heart. And when we will meet in the same vibration and consciousness as united. And this is not bullshit. This is technology, even though we're talking about Creator. So my mission is to inspire people to become who they really are. And I do it through the theories in quantum physics, which turn out to be extremely spiritual and powerful. And I will explain that later. So my professional background is actor, as I told you, and I've been working as a director for theater plays and musicals. And I also have a master's degree in entrepreneurship, though I'm very interested in human creativity. So I'm happy to say I've experienced a lot of interesting things in my life, a lot. And meanwhile, in parallel, when I was working with those professions, I studied applied quantum physics, and I traveled the world with my then ex-wife. And we learned about this fantastic and interesting science and how to practice it and apply it in those theories into our daily life. And for me, quantum physics is the real science. It's not pseudoscience, as the science of nature is. And I have met with and interviewed high-ranked scientists all over the world, and researchers in quantum physics and in research of consciousness and so on. And they let me know, because they come from the science of nature, but they let me know that how they see science of nature today, it is the largest religion in the world. Because it's based on assumption and guessings. But it's changing now. So And I've also met with and attended courses and workshops with the authors I read, all the books, who have deeply inspired me, like Greg Braden, Louise Hay, and so on. I met with them, and a lot of them. And my company, Consciousness Technologies, was started 2012, and I wanted to collect technology for change, technology for consciousness, and inspire people to have access to it. But in the end of the day, they have access to it. They're born with it, because we're born powerful creator, all of us. But we just need a reminder, and some people really need proof for that it works. So I work not only in Sweden, and I've done courses in other countries like England, Ireland, Italy, Norway, Denmark, and all around. And I have also an online course if people are interested. And as I told you, since I was a little boy, I always known I would contribute in something big happening concerning saving our world. And here we are today. And I think we harvest hundreds of thousands of years of humans' life habits and patterns. It's a long, ongoing slavery coming to an end, I think. So why is unity consciousness important? Because it's essential for shifting this madness. We really have to let go of old common collective beliefs and help one another to become conscious of what's really going on and have been going on for such a long time. And it's also extremely important what we now choose and what action we now take as humans. Otherwise, we probably end up in slavery for eternity as batteries and food for those non-human beings running this nightmare and have done for such a long time. Could you even have imagined this? Imagine what's going on here on Earth today. I couldn't. It feels unreal, doesn't it? Or is what happening now something we always felt deep inside, but we ignored? Once upon a time, long time ago, we accepted fears, guilt, and the systems, rules created from psychopaths. And we are still trapped in those systems, those psychopathic systems. It's all over our society. So from adapting this within ourselves, we also now are co-creator to what's now manifesting all over the world. It's run by fears. Because it's our beliefs and expectation from within ourselves creating this. And those collective beliefs is collapsing the quantum wave into a physical manifestation and become real to us. We create our story and who we are and where we are. So here we are now. And what do we do about it? Do we just let it happen, or do we wake up? So I see no separation between us humans and the true creator. And I mean the creator who created our souls from the beginning, from divine love. Not God, the creator. We are the creator. In my awareness, we must remember who we really are and not what we've been indoctrinated and taught we are. The science of nature and the thesis they have is 100% false. And that's proven, it's false. And we have been cheated big time. And I think the agenda is to separate us from our souls, our creator, and from our own true nature. They want us to believe we are a creation from Big Bang, where nothing exploded and created matter. And we've been created from that solid, unconscious, dead matter. And they say there is no meaning to life in nature, and we are all accident. We better listen to them. So when they now scare us with this false pandemic, they want us all to be saved by them, and they have the solution. The solution is this experimental mRNA shot. even though there is therapeutic medicine to cure this, I think this is a kill shot for humanity and our freedom if we all agree upon it. That's for sure. And they also live from our fears and anxiety. And it's all about control and enslavement. And we have been cheated like sleepwalkers, some of us, and just accept what's being told from the authorities. And we doesn't question it at all. We have to totally trust. And now I will go in more to quantum physics. How do we solve it? We start with what is beliefs? Beliefs in quantum physics is information and energy manifesting and becoming our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and creating our actions. It's also creating our stories about our lives and who we are. Are beliefs true? No. They are inherited truths and conclusions from others, creating a distorted story of reality. So if beliefs are information, could we shift them? Yes, we could shift them within minutes and seconds. And how? If we understand what reality and that it is information and energy driven by consciousness, it's possible and it's easy. And the metaphor for this is we have our own biological hard drives. And on those hard drives, information is stored and creating those beliefs and stories. So the information is experiences from our childhood and also from environment and indoctrination from school and society and so on. And like erasing information from a computer hard drive, we can erase information from our own biological hard drive, but even faster. So we also are cheated to believe change takes time and that it is a process, but that's not true. There is no process. All it takes is a choice. And working with quantum physics enabled this to happen, and it works extremely good. And over hundreds of thousands of people have experienced this from my speeches and also from my courses. So we shift perception and let go of the beliefs that the reality created from solid dead matter. We see reality as information, energy, and consciousness. And through our new point of view, reality then will shift. How can we create unity consciousness? If we consciously become aware of our own ground beliefs and erase them, each human being can contribute to everything and connect to everything. We are one and has always been one. So the old wisdom teaching has always claimed that everything in reality is one and that there is no separation, and that wisdom teaching, and this wisdom teaching is today proven scientifically. And you can even measure it in laboratories. So, where do we come from? Does that mean I have, okay. I wanted to go into more about quantum physics, the technique, how to do it. I say it more easy. If you want to shift something fast, let's say you have a belief that affects your emotional or mental state of being, and that bothers you. You can create awareness around it by asking open-ended questions. So there is no method really. It's about having open-ended questions. So for instance, if you have pain, mental, emotional, and physical pain, I can ask you, can you measure that pain on a scale from 1 to 10? And you measure it. And then I will ask you, how is this created? What's your take on it? What's your story behind what the pain comes from? And then you think about it, or you talk about it. And that's like taking this information from your hard drive and extracting it and putting it on, I call it storyboard, because this is a story behind the pain. And you can see it as information or binary numbers, ones and zeros, and also like data bits. And when you pretend to see those, you have put your issue as obvious information. And then I ask a question: if we see pain as a friend, if we see pain as a messenger for consciousness, can create more consciousness, it doesn't work for you. It is there by reason. And you are willing to receive that information, it's possible to shift. And also I ask, do you want to let go of the gains of having pain? Everything has gains, and it's on subconscious, unconscious, and conscious level. And are you also willing to do it now? So when the person is willing to do that, we can step into what we call 0 point field, in this nothingness, the gap, you say. And there is a special technique to do that, and it goes very, very fast. So when you open up to this nothing, 0 point, it will shift. So pain, you could have a pain for 20 years, and it will be erased within those seconds this take. It's gone. And why is it gone? Because information manifests as pain. So if you want have blankets and don't want to see things within yourself, you're going to store it in your subconscious mind, and it will manifest finally as emotional, mental, or physical pains in your body until you become aware of it. So if we look at our own programming or the collective programming and become aware of those things, we can shift things within seconds. We can also change the past. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. And we can also travel in parallel universes and collect information from ourselves in parallel universes, because we have a representation of ourselves in every dimension. Every dimension you can find yourself connected to. And also we can receive information from ourselves in the future. We can do that. It's very funny. It's very easy to access it, to access your own future, because everything exists simultaneously. So this is a little bit about my work and the background of how I see what's going on now, all the bullshit we've been taught, and we have now to awaken to our own true nature and our own true potential, because we're all born fantastic, wonderful creators, and we are all divine. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mikael. I'm sure we could do a full series with what you have to share, and maybe we do.
I can talk for hours. You know?
That would be wonderful. It's beautiful what you're sharing. It's amazing. I think we need this information a lot in this moment. We will, please stay with us. We will may open to a panel of discussion. We will go now to the rest of the speakers here.